Hello, and thank you for clicking on this video. Today I will be tackling this monstrosity of what is my office. I have let this office go, but today is the day it's going to get done. I am just so ashamed to know that I let my office go this long without wanting to clean it. I had to move my work equipment upstairs to our kitchen table to just work because I couldn't work in here. It just stressed me out too much just to be sitting around all the clutter. And so this Mother's Day, I just decided this is what I want. I want to clean my office. I don't want to have someone else clean it because I'll probably end up wanting to re-clean it, or I want it cleaned a specific way. And then I don't want to have to be asked a million times, where does something go? you know, I may as well just do it at this point. So that is what I wanted for Mother's Day. I wanted to spend some quality time in my office cleaning it up. And underneath the mess is a bunch of dust because we recently had flooring installed, which is why everything is in this room. Because it was a Tetris game trying to put furniture, because we had the whole house done. We had flooring throughout the whole house. So we had to figure out, where does something go? And if you don't know where to put it, I'll just put it in my office, because my office was the first room to get done. So, because it was the easiest to maneuver everything around in. And then everything else got piled into my room. Eventually, and over time, things got taken out that people wanted to take out, but, you know, a lot of stuff that people didn't want, it just stayed in here. And I'm equally to blame, because I put plenty of stuff in here. But underneath the mess, there is a layer of dust from having the luxury vinyl tiles cut. That's what they're called, right? LVP or LVT, doesn't matter. I love the floors, but now I want to show them off, and I can't see them with a bunch of crap in my office. I was really pushing through on this day. I had a cold that just really hit hard this day. So that's mainly why I'm doing a voiceover, is because I can't imagine having to talk, clean, breathe while filming a video. I was really pushing through. I wanted to quit multiple times. I wanted to quit pretty much whenever I had to bend over, because my face, I think I had a sinus infection, probably. Not just a cold, but my face just hurt. And I was taking ibuprofen and Tylenol, like rotating every 4 hours, and I was doing everything I possibly could just to feel comfortable. And I think for a little bit of time, it was nice to clean the office because it gave me something to do other than think about my face and thinking about how much this sucks. I don't think there's anything worse than having a cold or not feeling well when it's spring and summer, or when it just starts to warm up outside. Why can't this happen when, it's miserable and snowy and freezing? And I didn't get sick really this winter, thankfully, but, now I've got some, and maybe it's allergies, I don't know. My husband thinks anytime anyone gets sick, it's allergies. It's kind of funny. I don't think it's allergies. I really think I had a sinus infection. I'm feeling so much better now. I still have like a lingering cough. I've just been thinking about, we've lived in this house for almost 9 years now, and this room has been a room too many. I think it did initially start off as an office for myself. I've always worked from home. I still work full-time from home. But when we moved in, we had 3 kids living under our roof. And this room was my son's, that's right. So this room initially was my son's room. He is no longer in their house. He has moved out. He'll be 23 in June. But this room was his to begin with. And then when he turned 18, he moved into a townhouse with some friends. But this room was initially his, and then I did turn it into my office after he moved out because he took almost all of his stuff with him. So there was really nothing to preserve in this room. So I moved my office in here, and when I did that, my middle child wanted to have a room downstairs. He had been having his room was upstairs, and he shared a room with my daughter. But he just became old enough and wanted to be on his own. So we moved him downstairs, and he was in the room next to this room. That didn't last long, but that's besides the point. So this room has been my oldest son's room, my office, and then I'm not sure why, but oh, that's right. My daughter wanted to move downstairs. She wanted her own room. So she wanted a room, and she wanted to be next to her brother, but they didn't want to share a room anymore. Understandable. So she took over this room, and I moved my office into my husband's office downstairs. So we cohabitated for a while, working. And, I don't want to talk about that right now, but that happened. So her room was down here, and my son's room was down here. And that lasted for about probably a month, not even. She didn't enjoy spending her time down here, which is fine. So shortly after she moved back upstairs, my father ended up moving in with us. And this was early 2020 when he moved in with us. And we moved him in with us because I was concerned about his well-being. He had been showing signs of decline with his memory, and that was really worrisome. This was before anyone had any knowledge of really what was to come for this year, or 2020 rather. When he moved out, I think it was 2022 is when he moved out, and we moved him into a memory care facility. I didn't do anything with the room. We just let it be. I'm actually having kind of a hard time remembering much that happened right around that period. I think it was just so difficult there was just so much going on from 2020 to 2022 that I kind of have a hard time remembering everything. My father was living with us. I had a son that was graduating high school. I had a son that was going into kindergarten. My father was living with us. My husband was deploying. Well, I don't think it was necessarily a deployment. It was state active duty in Minneapolis. But he did deploy shortly after that, and he was going to Cuba. So that happened. And life has just been moving quickly ever since. And I don't know where it's gone. Time has been flying. I swear, as I get older, time goes by so much faster. I don't know how my kids are already 9, 11, and 23. It just blows my mind. But getting back to the room, I'm surprised I'm starting to see floor. It's interesting watching this video back because, yeah, I was pretty miserable. Like I said, okay, so I have switched the speed and location. And I don't know if you can tell, but we do not have baseboards right now. So that's just flooring and wall, and then some nasty looking, it almost looks like, well, from my perspective anyway, it looks like it could be baseboard, but it's not. The room still does not have baseboard because we have not purchased any. So that will be on our to-do list. Okay, so here's another angle. I have taken of the room, and I'm just it's like I gotta eat the elephant one little bite at a time. Is that the phrase, eat the elephant? It's a terrible phrase. Anyway, I had so many boxes in this room. because there was, their birth. Well, no, you don't know, but the kids had birthdays, and their birthdays are quite back to back. And then it's Christmas, and then it's New Year's, and then, the new year, and then you kind of forget about everything. And I totally did forget about this room. Everything went to die in this room. I'll just take a little bit of time and talk about my channel. So this channel is probably going to be all about home management, everything that goes into running a home. Some videos I plan on recording will be meal prep videos, grocery shopping together, figuring out what's for dinner, and what snacks my kids will want for school lunch. Well, probably not much anymore because school's almost over and summer vacation is starting. And while I'm happy that they'll be home and they are on summer vacation, it's going to be a new challenge figuring out what they're going to eat throughout the day. In a way, I kind of miss when they were younger and I could just sign them up for some summer program and they would have fun doing park all day, or they're at the YMCA, or they are at some sort of camp. Whether it's just for a week at a time, they were always busy before, but now they're older and they're more independent, which is, I feel we always crave, when they're a lot younger. We feel like, oh my gosh, will these days ever end when I can just sleep? I just would like to sleep. And then finally we're given the opportunity to sleep. But they're older and their interests have changed and they don't want to be away from home throughout the summer. They'd rather be at home playing with their friends in the neighborhood, which I get, but being a stay-at-home mother, I'm not really a stay-at-home mother. I also work full-time from home. So I'm kind of doing double duty and it's a lot. But I love it all the same. And it's such a privilege to be able to work from home and have your children at home during the summer. And I would be lying if I said that I love my job so much that I just can't imagine quitting. I don't love my job. And sometimes it is really a struggle for me to get out of bed and work. I don't think this is necessarily the career I had hoped I would have. Regardless, I feel lucky to have the job I do have because I did not go to school. So I feel very privileged to have a job, especially a career that pays what I am being paid without an education. Ever since I was young, though, I thought this typical cookie cutter lifestyle isn't for me. I never thought I was going to have I always thought I would break the mold, do something different. And I kind of feel that making these YouTube videos is sort of breaking the mold. I don't feel like this is the norm, and I enjoy it. And I hope to continue doing this, and I hope we could build a community for one another because I think it's so special. I have certain people that I love to watch, and I enjoy that they post regularly, and I look forward to their content, and it does feel like a relationship, almost like a friendship, and I hope I can create that for some people too. Do you remember what you wanted to be when you were young as a career? I do. I wanted to be Big Bird. Now, I don't know what that looks like as a career. I don't know if that meant I wanted to be in the suit or if I just wanted to live as Big Bird on Sesame Street. My parents really did tell me I could be anything I wanted without parameters, and I think I really ran with it when I thought I could be Big Bird. When I was a little bit older, I wanted to be a singer, actress. I thought that sounded like the ideal career for me. What wasn't to like? They were glamorous, beautiful, they were on TV. It seemed like they had whatever they wanted whenever, living in the most gorgeous homes and always on the red carpet wearing the most fashionable things. Oh yeah, that was for me. That's what I wanted. Now, don't get me wrong, those things do sound appealing in moderation. However, I really do like my life, and I don't think I'd want anything else than what I have right now, except maybe for a better garden and some ducks. I really want ducks. I don't know if I like chickens too much. I like the silkies, but I think chickens make noise, quite a bit of noise. And I don't know if I enjoy the noise they make, but I love ducks. I really love ducks. I want ducks. I've been trying to get my husband to be on board with the ducks. Now, I understand what he's saying. He's saying that we have a dog, and the dog we have is a golden retriever. And from what I know about golden retrievers is they like to retrieve things. However, our golden retriever does not know how to retrieve anything. She knows how to go after something and then steal it and then taunt you with the item that she is supposed to retrieve to you. So, I'm not sure he's wrong. I don't think he's wrong. I don't think it would go over well with ducks. I would love to have ducks. I would love to have chickens, or duck eggs rather, not chickens. Well, maybe I'd want chickens. You know what? I really don't know. We were just approved in our area to have chickens. I don't know what our neighbors would think. Like, none of them have chickens. We're not that kind of neighborhood. But we can have them. And we can have up to 6. We just can't have any roosters. And understandably so, because I don't want a rooster. So, and I don't know enough about chickens or ducks to actually go through with it at the moment. But ducks are so cute, and I really love the noise they make. I love that quack. Oh, it's so cute. We have quite a bit of ducks and geese in our neighborhood because we have a pond in our backyard. And the Canadian geese, they're evil. Those things are evil. When they're parents, anyway. I actually think they can hear that I'm talking about them right now because they're squawking. If I pause for a second, I think you might actually be able to hear them. Do you hear that? They just sound ugly. That is just not a cute sound they make. My son just came in here and he wanted to show me that ChatGPT says that there's an X in certain months. So he was showing me, and oh, you're right. Good catch. December does have the letter X in it. So that's June, July, October, and December. And February. Good catch.
So, anyway, back to the room. What can I say? I'm giving great angles here. And I'm just remembering that I need to patch that hole right there. There's a nice hole where my daughter kicked the wall. That was special. It's a lot deeper than it appears right now. There's also right below that some purple, I believe it's permanent marker, and it's a lot lighter than it was, but I cannot seem to get it all off. So I'm going to have to patch the hole, put some, I don't know what that stuff's called, like putty, and then sand it down, and then I'll have to paint, probably with Kills first. And then I'm just probably going to leave the Kills because I don't know what color I want to paint this room. My favorite color is green, but I don't really want green walls. So I probably will go for something white. I'm sure you have noticed, but I am cleaning everything very thoroughly with Clorox wipes. There was something very sticky on this desk, and I just could not get it off. And I realized that a Clorox wipe probably wasn't the best choice to try to wipe off something sticky. I'm sure hot water and soap would have been much better. I just really love Clorox wipes. Clorox, please sponsor me. I will do you proud. But yeah, I bought a lot of Clorox wipes. I went to Costco and purchased 2 of their multi-packs there. And I knew I was going to be using it in this room. Yep, there I go. Throwing another one and grabbing a whole new, where did I go? Grabbing a whole new roll. Oh, but first I have to sweep. That light fixture is one, I appreciate that it's flush against the ceiling because these are very low ceilings right here. This is the first floor of the house, and this room has ceilings that are two different heights, and well, whatever. But I don't like this light fixture because there isn't a bulb I can change. I have to replace the whole light fixture in order to change the bulb. So it'll be interesting having to replace that. I would keep it, except for the fact that I was making my son's bed a long time ago, and when I was making his bed, I threw the comforter up in the air, and it knocked the glass off of the light fixture, and it shattered in a million pieces on the floor. That was fun. I didn't realize how fragile that fixture was going to be. I managed to bag 4 of those large black carpenter bags with trash. I couldn't believe the amount of crap that we accumulated in this room. It was very impressive, and I had to purchase a bagster because I didn't have anywhere to put the trash, because there's no way any of that would fit into our receptacles on top of like all the other trash we have that needs to get thrown out. How are you spending your time right now? Are you cleaning with me? Have I given you any motivation to clean that one room in your house that has been bothering you? A short while ago, I was outside with my dog on a walk, and when I was returning, there was our lawn service person treating our lawn with fertilizer and killing the weeds. And our backyard looks like a jungle. It looks like weeds have invaded our entire backyard. And I did some research about these weeds. Turns out they're edible, and I'm not talking about dandelions. These are huge. They look like cabbage almost. And turns out when they mature, they're burrs. So that's fun. And it sounds like they're biannuals. Sounds like they grow the first year really, really tall, and then the second year they have the burrs. And I'm probably wrong with how I'm depicting this, but either way, that does not sound very appealing to me. So I was, needless to say, when I saw him, I started walking really fast towards him, and then I finally caught up to him, and I was smiling, and he started smiling, and it looked like he was a little uneasy, and I said, "I am so happy to see you." That was the first thing I said to him. Not like a normal person, "Oh, good morning, how are you? How's your morning going?" No, my first words to him were, "I am so happy to see you." Ugh, what a weirdo. Perhaps he didn't think I was a weirdo, and maybe I inflated his ego a little bit this morning. Either way, I knew he knew I needed desperate help maintaining this lawn, and today he is my hero. The next order of business with our lawn needs to be having it mowed. Our lawnmower is currently out of commission. I'm not sure what has happened. We can't bag anything, and it doesn't spit out the grass, but it also doesn't self-propel any longer, and there's a weird way you have to maneuver the handle, and everything is just wrong with that lawnmower. So I am most likely going to have someone mow the lawn. I'm going to have to hire somebody. I wonder if there's some kids in the neighborhood I could just hire. I don't think I could pay them enough because it is seriously a jungle in our backyard with all of those weeds. This morning when I was watching the person that was fertilizing the lawn and trying to put some weed killer on the weeds, he was running with the fertilizer. I don't know what it's called, the thing that you push that has the fertilizer in it and it spreads the seeds everywhere, or spreads the fertilizer everywhere. He was running with that through the backyard. I think just because there was probably bugs, and it probably didn't feel great to walk through either. I don't know. I felt so bad for that man, but it really does need to get mowed, like ASAP. So that's what is going to be on my agenda tomorrow, is figuring out how to get the lawn mowed. My daughter came home today from school with a birthday invitation, and it was such a cute little printout invitation. And I love the idea for the birthday. They're having someone come with a bunch of puppies, and that's what they're going to do. She has puppies coming to their house, and they're just going to spend 2 hours cuddling and loving on some puppies. I love that so much. I didn't know that was an option. And I don't think it probably is something, but maybe it is. Puppies? Yes, please. I love puppies. Puppies, puppies, puppies. However, I found something kind of odd on the invitation. She had put birthday gifts, and I don't know if I find this tacky or I don't know. It said, here are some things she likes regarding gifts, and she gave a whole list. It was like anything girly. She likes karaoke machines. She likes all music, like especially Cat's Eye, and she likes squishies and Neatos, and I mean, the list went on and on and on. It took most of the invitation, and I don't know. I think I'm more accustomed to seeing on birthday invitations, no gift necessary. Please just come and have fun. I'm not judging. It's just new to me. I don't think I've ever seen anyone give such an extensive list for what their child would like as a birthday gift from their friends. And kudos, because I know every kid loves to receive birthday presents and gifts. And so, I mean, we would have come anyway with a gift, even if the invitation said no gift necessary. Please. The kid wants a gift, even if it's just like a $5 gift card of something. I don't know, like to Five Below or something. And frankly, Five Below, yeah, you can find some really great gifts. We're frequently shopping at Five Below for gifts for my daughter's dance company. We have to do, well, we don't have to, but it's highly suggested that we do. We swap gifts with our siblings, and it's not necessarily the child's siblings. It's in the beginning when they're paired up with a dance team. You're also given some dance families that will be your dance siblings, your dance family. And the point is to get to know one another and cheer one another on, and just, make friends and learn more about the company and learn more about one another. And so these girls, and mostly girls, we do have lots of fabulous boys that dance, and they're spectacular. But we go to Five Below to get gifts for these girls before competitions, because there's usually like a theme, like nothing large. It's usually like anywhere from $5 to $10, and get them something fun. And there's a theme. So there's been socks, there's been candy, just little stuff like that. And I think Five Below is a really great place to find stuff like that. And actually, this was the very first year that they assigned themes for the gifts. I think the years before, when we gave gifts, some people would go a little bit overboard and probably spend a little bit more than the $5 to $10 recommendation for the gift. And I think maybe that made people feel a little bit uncomfortable, perhaps. It is nice that they assign a theme and a dollar amount. And part of me really appreciates that. And then another part of me is like, we're already spending an arm and a leg per month for them to be in the dance classes, because some of them are in more than one dance class for it doesn't matter if you're in company or if you're in just recreation. The dance, just the classes are expensive. And then there's the cost for all the extracurricular participations that they can do if they're in the competition side of dance. And I know they say it's optional, but like, is it really optional? Are you part of a team if you decide not to? So, well, I think that's about all I'm going to share for this video. I want to take this time to thank you for spending quality time on my channel. I hope you consider subscribing and liking the video if you did like it. I would love to start putting out more content like this. So in my head, I'm thinking I'm going to be posting 3 days a week. I would like to post on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. So I hope I'm not biting off more than I can chew, but that's what I am planning on putting out. So I hope you will stick around. I hope you'll tell me how your day went and if you did any cleaning while you were watching my, or perhaps you just had this on in the background. But either way, thank you.